Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought I would show you how to make the cover of the wardrobe journal, the Shabby wardrobe journal, and I've cut all the pieces out. If you haven't seen the journal, I will show you. Now I have covered it and I am loving it. It took me a little while. I was going to video it, but it was taking me so long to do that because I was just fiddling about trying to figure out how to sort of like you know, make it look pretty, and I'm just loving it. So it had that lovely shiny pink fabric on there, and then I've just covered it with the tulle. This has got a little pocket in the front, which I'm going to make something to go in there. Whether I'm going to make a little dress or something, I'm not quite sure, but we've got somewhere to put something on there. I've got my lovely trim that we made in the Shabby Saturday, which is just beautiful. I've got some seam binding ruffle around the edge. On the side, I've got some of that pearl beads, a little flower, just so it sort of like goes on like a little angle, like that. And then on the back, it's just sort of like plain. I'm not sure whether I'm going to pop some little diamondy little bits over it to make it a little bit more sparkly, but we shall see. It's so pretty. I'm loving it. So then we open it up. I sewed in the journal. And what I've done, I tied it up with a little bow. I thought that looked quite nice. And I've added a little bit of sort of like trim on this bit because we had a sort of a gap because it's only one signature. I had like a little gap there, so I just put some lace on there, which I think looks really nice. I'm going to pop something on here. I think it's this I'm going to pop down there. This is my little resin thingamajig. It's a little resin bookmark that I made the other day, which is beautiful, and I popped the little dress in there. I'll link the video down for that, and I'm just thinking I might actually pop it on there, so this could even sort of like hang, oops, sort of hang down the front here, because it works really well. So we shall see. And then we've got the journal. I haven't put everything in the journal, so I'll show you a complete finished one at some point, but I just wanted to show you how I made it. This was our Friday freebie, and then on this bit, as it comes around, this goes around the back, and then I've just gathered it here, and then we have another little pocket there. So still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the closure. I might keep that, but I don't. It's a bit fiddly, so I'm not 100% sure on that still. And then we've got this bit. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make, just this little bit, the actual journal cover. So I'm going to pop those aside, but I'm just think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm loving it. So sitting on your shelf, you see this bit, and I think it just comes down at just that lovely little angle. I'm hoping you can see that properly. I don't know whether my light looks a bit dark, but I've had problems with my camera, so I do apologise. It does have, I've fiddled with it, so I'm hoping it won't switch itself off. Right, I'm going to go through these bits. I've written the measurements down on them. So you want two pieces like this. I've done it based on the size of the journal that I've just done. So you got two pieces, and that's 6 inches, which is this way, by 8.5 inches this way, or that's 15 centimeters by 21.5 centimeters. So you want two of those. This one this is 4 inches this way, and then 8.5 centimeters, 8.5 inches tall, which is, they're all going to be the same height, or 10 centimeters by 21.5 centimeters. So that will go like that. We've got the middle bit, which is the spine, so that's a 2-inch spine or 5 centimeters, and then the same height. And then we've got a little bit for the spine, this little spine at the edge, which is 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch wide. And then we've got the 4-inch one or the 10 centimeter one this side. So that's how it folds up, like that. So, and then I've got the other little bits to make the wardrobe. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to just stick all this together first. Really very simple to do. So I'm just going to do it this way because it's a little bit easier for me. Just pop these down So we want a little bit of tape on here. I'm just going to tape them. Now you can cover these with fabric. I've done it with fabric obviously, but you can use paper. You don't have to use fabric. You can use paper. So just give yourself a little gap in there. Just normally it's sort of the size of your paper, your card, whatever you're using. Now I'm using this is chipboard. Now this chipboard, actually I buy it like this from Amazon, so it's really I can't remember, I'll put the links down. What does it say on there? You get 25 pieces of it, which are 12 by 12, and it wasn't that expensive really, but I just love it. I've used it a lot. And look, we've got lots and lots and lots to do, but you don't have to buy that. You could use any cardboard that you've got, any packaging that you've got, but I like this because when I sell my journals, I obviously want them to be made of something that's pretty sturdy, which is quite nice, so I do like this. So let's just pop all these together like that, turn it over, put these down, make sure we're level like that. Now I'm going to just put a little bit over on this side. This is lovely craft tape. Now this craft tape I do get from, I got this one from a website in Spain, but you can buy this on Amazon, and I'll link it down as well. You can use masking tape, and you can use any tape that you've got, but I do like this one. So yeah, you can just use this is quite inexpensive anyway. I don't really use anything that's expensive. Now I'm going to just give it a wobble like that, so those little bits sort of stick together, but not in sort of one direction. So let's just go down like that, turn it over. Just want those little bits of tape to sort of stick themselves together like that, but don't push too hard because it will rip. You can tidy this up in a minute, that's okay, but we'll just get the main thing. So that, if you're just going to make a normal journal, that's how you just make a normal journal. Simple. And then this little bit will just go here. We could probably just use one strip along the whole of this. Like that. Unravel it. Put that over the whole thing. And just line that up. Like that. And then we'll take our other bit and then we will just pop that over like that. Perfect. Just going to put another piece of tape across there. Okay, now again you can use couple of old book covers. You can probably cut them down and make them like this. So just use whatever you've got. Don't go out and buy anything if you don't need to. I bought those a little while ago because I like to use stuff, like I said, if I'm going to sell something, I want to make sure it's made out of obviously something good and strong. So let's just put these together. It's stuck itself together. There we go. Right, so then we've got that bit, and then this bit goes in like that. So that's what we wanted. Okay. So that's this is your little wardrobe bit. Okay. Now the other piece that we've got, the other little 3 pieces, you want a piece which is the same size as your spine, because that's going to be the height of it. So that would go there like that, and then you want 2 pieces the same length as this. So these are 2 centimeters by 10 centimeters, which is, this is 2 centimeters and this is 10 centimeters, because it's the same size as that. Or it's going to be 3/4 of an inch this way by 4 inches. It's the same as this, so you want it the same size as your flat. So when it goes onto here like that and closes up, it's going to be level with your little wardrobe door, really, isn't it? So that just fits in. So can you see that just fits in that little piece there like that? And all as we're going to do with these, pop these together, take a little bit of tape, or let's take a nice piece. Let's take a piece like this. Don't need all of that. I just want to sort of tape these a little bit together. Keep a little gap in there as well for when we bend them. That can come over like that. We just need to make a little piece like that so it just bends in lovely. Take another little bit. Stick that down. Stick that down, and then just fold those over like that, and just give that little wibble just to stick those bits of tape together. And then that is this bit that will fit in there like that. Now I put this piece on afterwards, once I have covered my book, covered the cover. This I will cover separately and actually attach it to that afterwards, and then this will just do that, and then you've got your little wardrobe. So you open it up and then get your little wardrobe in there. And what I did, I will probably do this actually. I'm not ready to make another one yet because I really want to finish that one, but I am going to make another one. I just wanted to do a quick video just to show you the sort of like the bones of it. But I will be making another one, so I will decorate this, I will cover this with you as well, just to show you how I do it. And then we can stick these on like that, and it's ready to go, which is fabulous. Now it took me a long time to work this out, so I'm hoping you'll find it quite simple to do. So then that comes up like that, and then we've got a little wardrobe in our little journal. So that's how it will look. So I think it is fabulous. So I'm going to just tidy this up a little bit. So we've got the proper ends on here. Just cover this up, turn that over, just so this is nice and neat and tidy. If you wiggle it, you want the two sticky bits to sort of stick together in there, but obviously as well you want to leave that gap so you've got a nice gap so it folds in properly, which is quite easy to do. I'm probably telling you things that you already know anyway, but this is just the basic way of doing it, like that. You want to make sure these are well together, because if you're going to be opening and closing your journal a lot, you want to make sure that, you know, you've got a nice tough bit there that's not going to break. Now I'm not quite sure, I've got a fabric in mind that I would like to cover this one with, but I'm not sure how well the the fabric will go with gluing it down. So let's just give that a little wiggle. Let's do this one. I'll show you the fabric in a second. Let's just finish popping this on. Turn that over. Give that little wiggle like that, and that comes in. Love it. So there we go. It's really, really, really quite simple, isn't it? So you could probably do, it's a sort of same sort of thing as doing like a lap book, isn't it? So you'd have another one there coming out. So I'm loving that. But I'm just going to show you this fabric. This is a shiny pink one. Now this is, I got this from a charity shop, and it's sort of like, I think it was like a sort of jumpsuit thing. So can you see there's a pocket there? But it was huge. It was huge, and it had lots and lots of fabric on there. But I'm not quite sure how it will glue. Can you see? It's sort of like a shiny fabric, but it's got these creases in, and I'm quite liking that. Adds a little bit of texture on there. And also, if you're going to do it in fabric, you want a piece the same length as this, so unless you want to have it in different sections in different fabrics, which obviously you can. But I quite like, I did the other one in one piece, and it was a lot easier, I think. But this, trust me, oh, I'm getting caught up. I think this might look quite nice with this. I'm quite sure it's quite nice in it. I might actually, let me do a tester for the fabric, because this is it almost feels like a parachute material. Just I mean, now it sounds really strange, but it's that sort of funny stuff. But I'm quite liking it. Let me just pop that over there. Let me get, this will do. I'm going to do a little glue tester on here with a little bit of fabric glue. Let's make sure, when you're gluing fabric, make sure you flatten it out so you've got one sticky bit. If you've got lumpy bits, that's when it tends to sort of show through. It's not bad. I think did a little bit here, but maybe if we leave the glue to dry and get a little bit tacky, it should sort of work. It does flatten those creases out a little bit, but I'm quite liking that. That's not bad actually, that sticks quite well. Or maybe not. I'm going to leave that, see, and then we'll check on that and see how well it sticks. But once you've got it wrapped round, I would sew around it anyway. This chipboard, I'm not sure the thickness of it. Hang on, let me have a look. Let me just have a little double check. 2mm it is. It's 2 mil thick. And my oopsie daisy. And my sewing machine will sew through this, which is lovely. You can see. I don't know whether you can see on this one. I think there. Look, you can see I've sewn around this bit. I put paper inside and fabric on the outside, but it does take, my sewing machine will go through it, which is nice. So I would sew this as well around the outsides, but I'm going to leave that, give that little tester. So there we go, guys. A nice quick one today. Very simple. Very simple. So this one is exactly the same size as this one, which is lovely. I would probably, another thing I would do, I probably wouldn't, because this one's turned out quite thick and it's only a one signature one, I wouldn't do these big flappy things in here. I would probably do some flaps, but not so big. I've got 2 in there, and they've got little booklets in there. I've got one that side, and I've got one that side. I don't think I would put those in the next one. Or I might do something a little bit thinner, because I think it's a bit too bulky on there for this. By the time I've got other things in there, I think this one is going to be a little bit chunky. But there we go, guys. That is the, you know, the cover, really. That's how I did it, but I'm just loving it. I think it's really, really lovely. So I'm going to finish that one off, and then by the time I get round to doing this one again, I will know whether the fabric's stuck, whether it will look quite nice, or whether I'm going to put paper on there. We shall see. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please give it a go. If you do, please show me. I would love to see them in our Facebook group. I'll link the card and the tape under the video, just in case you would like to purchase that, so you can have a little peek. You might be able to get it somewhere else, you know, near. You might have a craft store that sells all these bits and pieces, or you might have some packaging at home. So please do use that. Recycle whenever you can. Okay, guys, well, take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.